It's Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens hockey game, game preview, lineups, the Guess the Score contest, good hockey talk, and more. Get your questions ready with your host, Rick Seligman. Go Habs, go! Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where we get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. So we got a rare afternoon game, especially a weekday afternoon game. In Arizona, Montreal and Arizona, the two bottom feeders. I've seen it be called the Shane Wright Bowl, however you want to call it. It's kind of a 4-point game because Montreal's 1 point behind Arizona. If they win today, they go 1 point ahead. If they lose today, they go 3 points back, which kind of gives some separation in the race for the bottom. So, so that'd be pretty good. It's kind of weird hoping that your team, loses. But, here we are. That's the way the situation is. What are you going to do? So I'm going to do a game preview here today. I am going to, I've got a couple of items here. And then we'll have the game at 4. I don't know, not too many people. I don't expect a ton of people here today. It's a wicked, or has been a wicked snowstorm here. Not as bad as I would have thought, but we got dumped, a lot of snow dumped here. So it's kind of a day. A lot of people, I'm sure, stayed home and that kind of stuff. So, like I said, we got the game at 4, and we're going to do a preview for the game here today. And like I also said, I got a few things to talk about. Let's see if there's anybody in the room. Let's see some comments from earlier. Habs Guru, how's it going? Daryl Adams, got that. I heard Evander Kane would like to play for Montreal. You think they're going to be stupid enough to try and get a troublemaker like him? No, I do not. I definitely do not. That's all a new GM kind of needs starting off here. Bringing in a guy like that, ruin the room. Unless, you want to tank for next year, maybe that'd be a good thing. You can come in and just keep things crappy here for another year. But no, Evander Kane's not coming here. I'd be very surprised. Roger, hey Roger, of course, how's it going? So let's see, what have I got here for you guys? There's a rumor that the New York Rangers are interested in Arturi Lehkonen. Lecky's a RFA next season, and he requires a qualifying offer of $2.3 million to re-sign him. So it's pretty hefty. It's hefty enough for a player of that caliber. He's a strong defensive player, as we all know. Do the Habs want to move him? I don't know. What could they get for him? That's the question. We all know Jeff Gordon was the GM of the Rangers not too long ago. He drafted a young Russian player in Vitaly Kravtsov in 2018. He's 9th overall pick. Right now, he's got 13 points in 19 KHL games this season. I think he's 22. He's a good prospect. Could you get Kravtsov? Maybe a second rounder? I wouldn't want to get, if they're going to trade Lecky, I wouldn't want to get less than a second rounder back. For me, I'd hang on to Lecky, but the contract, might be too expensive unless they sign him for a couple of years. Bring that qualifying offer for next year, and then bring the other years down to lower the total of the value of the contract. I don't know, but apparently the Rangers are interested in Lehkonen. Hey, David Arthur, how's it going? I'm doing well. Hey, Evan. That's the big rumor right now. It doesn't mean it'll happen. Renault, Hope Pitlick plays today. Yeah, he's in the lineup today. Hey, Grimes, if Lecky gets traded, can't we try to re-sign him next year? Well, he's an RFA, so not really. As an RFA, he's not. I think you can. I don't know. Maybe an offer sheet, that's a possibility, but you can't just re-sign him like that. He's not a UFA. Days of difference. So we'll see. We'll see how that kind of goes. Good news, sort of. It's good news, but I don't know if when I say sort of, you'll understand, I guess. Tyler Toffoli may be ready to return earlier than expected, which is good news. Is it? Because you don't really want to start winning, so he's going to help you do that. But maybe they'll play a little better with a guy like that back in the lineup. He's been back at practice in a non-contact jersey, but could be ready to go on a Thursday or Saturday. And then they're saying maybe if not those days, by Monday in Minnesota. I think that's the last game of the road trip there in Minnesota. So Toffoli may return for that. Reports today on the Habs GM search that have Patrick Roy out of the running. So I'm going to assume that Patrick Roy might have been that third guy that was who was it? Eric Engels reported that Darche and now I can't remember the other guy, Briere, were two of the last three in the running. And I asked the question, was it Patrick Roy the other one? It seems like he might have been. He's out apparently right now. It's just Darche and Kent Hughes apparently left. And it's hard to tell if it's accurate what I'm reading. Kent Hughes might have the upper hand here. I don't know. But Darche and Kent Hughes apparently the last two guys in the running. They say there's going to be decisions soon. So I think that by the end of this week, we're probably going to hear something. For the lineup, I have the lineup, but I'll just say this. Josh Anderson, and Chris Weidman. Anderson back from injury. Weidman back from a one-game suspension. They're in today, and a lot of people are going to be disappointed that Michael Pezzetta is out, and so is Corey Sheneman. So I'm disappointed that Pezzetta is out, and so that's the lineup news there. That's it for that. Let's see what else. Darche is kind of my pick too. Grimes, no, I'm not hoping for a win. Here's something. One of the refs, Kelly Sutherland, in the game today. Montreal has lost their last 9 games that Sutherland has been the ref in the game. So maybe that goes to 10. I kind of think it will. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Grimes, yeah, I mean, but change is going to come. Change is going to come in whatever form it is. Renault says Leckie is still RFA, but it's his last year, then UFA. He could sign in 2 seasons. Yeah, but it's like how many guys go and then come back like that? Not a lot. Hey, Rick. That's Jackson. Excuse me. I went to say, hey, Jackson. How's it going? Yeah, one of those days. So let's get to my preview. And this is what I got for you guys. First off, so the game is between Montreal and Arizona. Montreal 7-24-5, 19 points, and 8th in the Atlantic. Arizona 8-24-4, 20 points, 8th in the Central. 2 heavyweights. How to watch the game today. Start time 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, 1 p.m. Pacific. In Montreal region, TSN 2 in English, RDS in French in the United States, Hulu, streaming legally, ESPN Plus, NHL Live, RDS Direct, and TSN Direct, or the other way around, Sports Surge. The betting line today, the spread for Montreal plus 1.5 gives you minus 250, and Arizona minus 1.5 gives you plus 200. Money line, Montreal minus 110, and the same for Arizona. Over under 5.5, take the over, minus 120, take the under, plus 100. Last 10 games for these two teams, each 1-7-2 still for Montreal. That's an overtime loss as their streak. And for Arizona, 3-5-2. They're on a 1-game losing streak. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage, 46.4% for the Canadiens, 24th, 45.6% for Arizona, 28th. Goals per game, 2.08 for Montreal, 32nd, 2.14 for Arizona, 31st. Goals against per game, 3.64 for Montreal, 30th, 3.72 for Arizona, 32nd. Power play percentage, 11%, last in the league. And for Arizona, 13.5%, second last in the league. PK percentage, 72.9% for Montreal, 30th, 73.6% for Arizona, 28th. Last time they were able to play together against each other, their head-to-head record, 1-1-0 for both teams. Face-off percentage, Montreal, 47.4 27th in the league, 48.2% for Arizona, 22nd in the league. Goalies tonight. Neither the goalie for Montreal is not there. It's going to be Primo. I don't have his records. Ray, stop it first. Ray. Thank you. Sorry for shouting. She's trying to tell us in dog language, but we don't speak that. So, Ray, we don't understand. And I do apologize for her barking, but there's a dog outside barking. I'm not sure who's in nets for Arizona, but I think it's going to be, I don't know how to pronounce that, Vejmelka. 4-14-1, 327 goals against, 906 save percentage, and a shutout. Okay, players to watch. The last 5 games. Points for Montreal, Sami Niku. Goals, David Savard, 1. Assists, Sami Niku, 3. And Alex Romanov, plus minus, is a 1. On the other side, Shane Gostisbehere, 4 points. Larson, 4 goals. Kessel, 4 assists. So all 3 of those guys lead in points. So, and Andrew Ladd, plus 4. Team leaders, some lofty numbers here. Watch. For Montreal in goals, Nick Suzuki, 7, stuck on that for forever. And in points, same thing, 19 for Nick Suzuki, stuck on that forever. Still with no picture. Average time on ice, Ben Sherratt leads with 23-29. And wins, Jake Allen, 5. He's been there forever. On the other side, Clayton Keller, 13 goals. Clayton Keller, 27 points. Jacob Chikrin, time on ice, 24.50. And another pictureless guy, Karl Vejmelka, 4 wins. Current line. Montreal's on the road, so their away record is 2-14-4. And the Coyotes' home record is 4-13-1. Record versus the spread, 14-22 for Montreal, 16-20 for Arizona. I don't know if I said Vancouver before. I think I did. In my head, I did. If I didn't, well, never mind. Record of over-under versus over-under, 17-18-1 for Montreal, 16-19-1 for Arizona. Versus each other the last 3 seasons, as we just said, 1-1-0 each side. Last 10 games versus the spread, 4-6-0 for Montreal, 6-4-0 for Arizona. And last 10 games versus the over-under, 3-6-1 for Montreal, 6-4-0 for Arizona. So this is the standings in the league. Bottom 2 teams, as you can see, they both played 36 games. Arizona has a 1 point more than Montreal and is up by 0.014 percentage points in the winning percentage. So it's a slight lead. That's why it's a 4-point kind of game. Habs lineup tonight. Nick Suzuki in between Mike Hoffman and Josh Anderson, who will be in the lineup. Dvorak in between Pitlick and Drouin. Evans in between Armia and Lehkonen. And Paling in between Caulfield. And Pizzetta's out, so I don't know who that'll be exactly, how they're going to make this work. So this lineup could look a little different other than what I'm saying here. Romanov and Petrie, first pairing. Sherratt, Savard, second pairing. Kulak, Weidman, third pairing. They also have Weidman as suspended. Weidman is suspended, but he's also in the third pairing. He had a 1-game suspension. That has been served. He's back in the lineup. Caden Primo starting. Scratched. Cale Clegg and Sami Niku, both on defense. Injured. Allen, lower body. Brendan Gallagher, lower body. Tyler Toffoli, hand. Matthew Perreault, undisclosed. And Joel Edmondson, undisclosed. And it says COVID protocol, Alex Belzile, but he's also been waived. They waived him today, so don't expect that he'll get picked up. Coyotes lineup. Travis Boyd in between Ladd and Keller. Larson in between Krause and Kessel. Nash in between Roussel and Fisher. Zingle in between Galchenyuk and Schmaltz. I've also seen it as Galchenyuk in between Zingle and Schmaltz. We'll see how that plays out. Gostisbehere and Mayo as first pairing D. Moser and Leo Bushkin as the second pair D. And Soderstrom and Kolyachonok as the third pairing D. It says Prosvetov as the goalie, so we'll see what that means. Scratch Liam O'Brien, Louis Erickson. Injured Jay Beagle, lower body. Barrett Hayton, hand. Carter Hutton, lower body. And on the protocol list, Kyle Copacabana, Capo Bianco, Jacob Chikrin, Cam Dineen, Anton Stralman, and Scott Wedgwood. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the preview. Long enough. Long enough. How many people I lose in that? So we got 17 people. If you like the preview, please give a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And let's see what you guys are saying in the room. Where was I? Renault says, Caulfield scoring an OT. Your dogs are barking back now? Sorry, man. There now. She heard that. Ray, stop barking. Sorry, just got power back. Yeah, I heard about that, actually, the power out down there. So far, so good here. High winds, but not crazy. It must be a loose game for Montreal. What do you mean by that? You mean they should lose because you misspelled lose, or they should play it loose? They should try. I mean, the players are not going to try to lose. They're going to try to win. Are they good enough to win? Unfortunately, it's against Arizona, so it's kind of it's a pick 'em kind of game, right? So we'll see what happens. Niku is almost at 0.5 points per game. I don't get the hate on him. I don't hate Niku. Hey, Undertap. Ready for a Hab victory. Yeah, I mean, that could easily happen today, right? I can see the game today, right? Both teams just trying not to go for the puck. Like, oh, no, you go get you. No, you can have the puck. Oh, no, come on, take the puck, go. Like that, they don't want to. But the players won't do that. First of all, players won't do that. So it's going to be either going to be like an entertaining game where it's kind of close. Two shitty teams can make for still an entertaining game, right? They're both shit. Or I don't know. The refs might have something to say here. I don't know what'll happen. But, considering that they're both the worst teams in the league, it should be an okay game. And, it's kind of pick 'em, right? With Montreal's luck, though, the way things have been going, they'll probably lose tonight, which is great. Today, it's not tonight. Keller versus Suzuki. Expect entertainment. David, you got snowstorm there? Yeah, well, you're in Ontario, aren't you? Ottawa area. So, yeah, I mean, fingers crossed, right? The worst of our storm is over here. So I don't expect anything. But, I mean, if something like all of a sudden I'm not there, that's what it'll be. But, yeah, I don't expect it. Isaac, how's it going, Isaac? Not really about the game, but if the Canadiens finish top 3 and we don't get right, I'm super high on Savoie. The only problem with Savoie, from what I understand, is, I mean, he's not a big guy, right? He's 5'9", I believe. Unlikely a 5'9" center is drafted top 5. I was reading something earlier. The last 5'9" center to go top 5, I think, in the draft was Marcel Dion. You're going back to 1971. That's a long time. So I wouldn't really expect that. We'll see. They might. I mean, if they're looking, okay, we need French guys, they might do that, I guess. But I wouldn't expect it. Now it gets Entertab, it gets a little easier, apparently. So the reports are, where is it now? Let me get it. I have it here. Okay, reports today on the Habs GM search have Patrick Roy out as that third guy that was in the running there. I also think Daniel Briere is out. But apparently it's Matthew Darche and Kent Hughes that are the two last in the race. Now, could that be wrong in the reporting? I don't know. But so it's like I still think Matthew Darche. But, Kent Hughes might get it. So we'll see. Apparently they're going to announce sometime soon, which I'll take for sometime this week. Are Dauphin and Ilonen in today? Dauphin's on the taxi squad, And I think Elonen is as well. So no, they're not in today. I went through the lineup. Since maybe you didn't see that, I'll put it up here for you guys. Here's the lineup. So there's no Elonen and there is no Dauphin. There is a change. Michael Pezzetta is out. And we have Josh Anderson in and Chris Weidman in. I don't know why Pezzetta's out. I don't know who's replacing him. Let me put it that way, right? Because with Anderson in, he's already listed there. Somebody's got to be in to replace Pezzetta there. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. So, in my view, I'm hoping the report of Pezzetta being out is wrong. I'd like to see Pezzetta stay in there, especially in a game like this. I just want to see Pezzetta in there. I like Pezzetta. Back to you guys. I see Luca there. Hey, Luca. Savoie is the fastest player in the CHL by a mile. McDavid-esque in his skating crossovers, moving with the puck at full speed. You hit the nail on the head there about Savoie, buddy. Okay, but do you think he'll get? Okay, I was just going by what I said. I read this today, and I've said before I don't know anything about these young guys. I didn't know that he was 5'9". Just found this out. Hey, listen. You draft the best player available. If Savoie's the best guy available, then you draft him. And you don't worry so much about size and everything. But he will be they haven't drafted a guy that size, that high in a long time. Okay, Luke is saying, if we don't get right, I would be more than happy with one of Savoie, Lambert, Kemmel, Slavkovsky, and Okay, now thank you for that. Miro Shinchenko. Boy, he's going to need 2 sweaters for that. Or they're going to have to do 2 lines on the back there. How's that going to fit on the back of a sweater? Little guys can play in NHL now. Oh, babe, I've been accused of wanting too many small guys. So yeah, you're preaching to the choir. But I'm just saying, as a top 5 pick, maybe not. Look, guys like Caulfield have dropped through because of their size many times. Nemec, I've heard that Nemec and Jiricek are solid too. Yeah, I'll have to start doing some research. Well, once we're in the playoffs, then I'll start researching these guys because the draft will be coming up after the playoffs are done. Till then, I mean, so many things can change, and I've got time. Man. Why do something today you could do tomorrow? Not a good philosophy, by the way, people. I lived most of my life with that philosophy, and I've only recently started changing that in the last few years. It's much better not to live that way. Do what you can today so that, maybe tomorrow you got time off or something new comes around and you can tackle it. Logan Cooley. His draft stock is through the roof, and the way he's playing right now, I think it's a good top 10 this year. So I think as long as Montreal gets in there, they should get a good pick out of this. 5'9", 185. It's not bad. That sounds like pretty solid as far as he's not tiny. Yeah, look, it's a good top 10, so I'm not too worried about, they'll get in there and they'll get a good pick wherever they are. I would like to see them get the first pick, obviously, but, Do I think Petrie has written his ticket out of town? Well, I think if you're rebuilding this team, I don't think he has to write his ticket out of town. I mean, why would you hang on to that contract if you didn't have to? I also think the Habs have a lot of young kids on defense that can come in here I think you can put together a defensive core. It's not going to be the best in the league, obviously, but I don't know that we're going to need a guy like Petrie. Be good to have around as a mentor, yeah, for sure. But I think Petrie would be on his way out of town, just in a rebuild. Miro Shinchenko, I've never heard the name before, so maybe it's because nobody wants to pronounce the name. And they're all going, my God, what are we going to do? How are we going to put that on this sweater? It'll have to go around, like from underneath the shoulder, around. That's a long name. He's definitely going to have a nickname Miro because you're not going to say that all the time. What else did I have here? Nothing else worth repeating, really. I'm going to rely on you guys. I'm going to be here for another, about 15 more minutes. What's M14 there, buddy? Is that like a military gun? I know there's an M1. There's a bunch of M's. What's M14? So weird to be doing a live stream now, 3:30 in the afternoon. His new name, M14. Who? Wait a second. Who? Oh, it's 14 letters in his. I get it. 14 letters in his name. Starts with M. Gotcha. Yeah, it'll be something like that. If he becomes any kind of popular player, it'll have to be something like that. I heard the rumor that Giordano will get traded back to Calgary. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I read that somewhere. Luca, I second you on that. See, Luca would like, and you know what, Gordon, he's known to want to do that, so he's known to try to trade up, and maybe he'll be able to. That would be really cool. Hey, David, have a good one. So yeah, if you're reading that, so potential to trade up to get 2 top 10 picks potentially. That would line us up brilliantly for another tank for 2023 with a top 3 of Bedard, Michkov, and Fantilli, all franchise talents. So great. It's you know what, for their timing for being a shitty team, like really couldn't be better. These are 2 really good drafts coming up. So the potential for getting some top talent to move forward and rebuild a team with, have a future is there. Do I have any thoughts on Shane Wright? Not a ton. I'm not one to, like, there's a lot of people kind of giving up on him a bit because of his numbers and all that. I'm not one to do that. Luca has told me he's seen him play live. Luca's told me, and I'm going to trust in that you don't give up on this kid. So if we get that first pick, yeah, I think it'll be Shane Wright. Is he definitely a number 1 center? I don't know, but I think from what I hear, he's got that upside of a number 1 center elite kind of player. And basically his floor is basically a really good number 2 center. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, you got to go with a guy like that. Anton Stralman and Andrew Ladd could be deadline trade bait to come here. We're not dealing with Arizona. Why would we? The 2 teams looking to get draft picks and stuff. Why would they deal with each other? Any thoughts of getting Jacob Chikrin off him? Who I know he's available, but that's not going to happen for Montreal. They want a shitload of picks and prospects and stuff. There'd be no reason why. I don't know why they'd want to trade him, but Wonder if they'll make Roy coach. Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't, but I mean, I guess you never know. Isaac, yeah, that's that's not so bad, but it'll develop in the KHL. They're talking about thing about Mitchkov, though, is that he won't play until 2026. So it'll develop over there. By the time he does hit here, he'll be ready. Hey, little green cactus. Ben, you saying Shane Wright, future captain? I mean, that could be. I think Nick Suzuki's the future captain, but we'll see going forward. Luca, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He'll be ready when he gets here. He won't be having to be developed and all that. He'll be ready. Enter tap, that's not true what you're saying. You can have two number one, you can win the lottery of the first pick twice in 5 years. So they can win this year and next year. Not a worry. It can happen. Will it? We don't know, but they can do that. Baby, that's what's allowed. A team can win twice, no more than twice. Can have the first round pick no more than the first overall pick, no more than twice in 5 years. So yeah, they can have it. So there's no worry there. Apparently, X3J, yeah, Lehkonen apparently is on the trade block. It's a rumor, doesn't mean it's 100%. New York Rangers interested in him. I'm sure other teams are too. Wright and Suzuki would be a top 3 center pair? What do you mean by top 3 center pair? You mean, I'm not sure what you mean by Justin Braun to the Habs. Why? Little Green Cactus, yeah, Belzil, but they're just sending him back down to Laval. He has to be cleared. He has to go through waivers. He won't get picked up. You don't want Wright on the CH. He will underachieve here. But you don't know that. I don't see how you could know that. Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to figure something out. Okay. I would give Wright one more year in junior. Watched him in person a bunch in the pro game would be too much of a jump right now, but all the tools are there. There's no so he gets it. It means he's not 100% ready yet. That doesn't matter. Lecky versus Kessel matchup today. Wait, now what's top 3 in the league? Oh, I get you. A top 3 in the league pair. I get you. Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. Renault, once again, all over the board. Grice and John Bernier are better options for goalies. For what? I think we will get Kent Hughes for GM. And well, he seems to be one of the last two. It seems to be down to Darsh and Hughes, but we don't know for sure. People don't want us to achieve anything. We need to prove them wrong. I was reading something about it's going to be tough to get some free agents here, or get guys to waive no movement clauses or no trade clauses to come to Montreal right now with all the pandemic and stuff and the restrictions here. It's going to be tough. I don't know why that came out, but that just came out. Got another 5 minutes to go before I take off. Be back at 4 o'clock for the game. game is an early game, a really, really rare weekday afternoon game. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the States, and that's why that's happening. You view Romanov, Suzuki, and Caulfield as the foundational pieces. I don't think Caulfield's proved that to be the case for him yet. I would agree with you that Susie and Romy are untouchables. Habs are getting rocked today. If you're trying to say that like that to insult us, I don't think we're going to be insulted by that. Hey, Scott B., I assume you're an Arizona Coyotes fan, which is, hey, that's cool. And listen, I don't really want to get rocked and it'd be like a blowout, but yeah, you guys can beat us today. It's fine. Tank Bowl did not deserve prime time today. No, I agree with that. No, that's true. Oh, Scott, not in a bad way? Well, what do you mean by rocked then? But like I said, that's okay. We want the Coyotes. Well, I do. I'm good with the Coyotes winning. And no, I don't want to even go to overtime here. I want it in regulation. I want a little separation, my friends. It'll give us 3 points of separation. Renault, you could be right. I mean, Dvorak, or he could kind of come back, tail between his legs, be all embarrassed about the way he's played over here, and whatever. But you could be right. I would hope Dvorak would probably has money on the board for the win, and is probably we might see his best game so far as a Hab here. Why do some players in the NHL don't want to go to Montreal? And the refs say we are not a fun team to ref. They all say that. Well, I haven't heard that before. Various reasons. I mean, we got the higher taxes here, got the French English problem here, and we're overly cautious with COVID here especially for players coming from the U.S. Luca, I can definitely, if you're going to say he's untouchable, I'm not going to argue the point. I didn't put him as one. If I had expanded my untouchables, maybe like to 5, I would have probably had Caulfield as an untouchable. As it was, I had 3. I think, I don't know. Like I'm worried. Let's put it this. I guess it shows my worry about. There's a little bit of worry. I think he'll be fine. I think next season it will be fine, but it's a little bit of worry for me. So I guess, I could kind of see them possibly, if the deal's right, if they really want to move up in the draft and that's the cost, I could see it happening. So that's why I say it. Wait, Beba, you heard all NHL refs who tried out for the Olympics did not make the grade. I could actually definitely see that. Refs, Canadian refs, or NHL refs suck. That's it. This is the way it is. Bandy Podcast. What do you think Price could get us in a trade if we move him? That's it's a really big question. First of all, he's going to have to play a little bit before, make sure that he can play. I don't know. It depends on how much money you have to retain, right? The more you have to retain, the better you could probably get for him, right? So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I mean, I would think you're going to get back, a decent haul. I don't know that you're going to get back what a lot of Habs fans think he'll get us back, because we like to sort of over-evaluate our players. But I think he'll bring back a nice haul. It's hard to tell right now. And like I say, I think how much money gets retained will go a long way to what we get back. Bergeron. I'm offering 3 years at $8 million if I'm Darsh. Why? Like, why? For a rebuilding team, you want to bring Bergeron in at $8 million. Really? I think you got to think about that one, buddy, and I'm glad you're not the GM. Heck, no one is going to stand out with all they had to go through this season. I'm not sure what that's about. Sorry. Oh, and the refs? Well, the refs suck. They're never going to stand out. No, why would you want Vlasic unless you're getting like their a first round, like they're sweetening that deal? Vlasic, old, expensive. Like, why? You know what a rebuild is, right? A rebuild is you get rid of you move out the veteran players, you bring back young players in general, right? You might take some bad contracts, yes, but you're not going out to sign free agents like that. Unless I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong then. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Great comment, Little Green Cactus. I agree with you 100%. Grilled cheese and bacon. Oh, man, that's good. And I love purple. I do love purple. For Price, you can get a Vlasic type. But so then why move Price if you're just going to get another guy who's old and whatever, and he's going to just keep Price then? I don't know. I'm not up on getting Vlasic. I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that. He's old now and is expensive. And it's not just a year or two. He's still got 3-4 years left on his contract, maybe more. Susie needs to learn from Bergeron so it makes sense. No, it does not make sense to sign Bergeron at $8 million. You want to bring Bergeron at $2 million? I'm all for it. At $8 million, not for a second. David Arthur, if Kent Hughes gets the GM job, he might. Kent Hughes is Patrice Bergeron's agent right now, so maybe. But I mean, why are you bringing Patrice Bergeron in right now? Anybody going to support me there? Am I right about that? Am I wrong about that? Who agrees with me? Who disagrees? Price is asking to be moved. You got some information we don't have? Please share that. Where did you hear that? And how is he forcing Darsh to do that? Because Darsh works for Tampa Bay Lightning. So I'm just curious. What newspaper is it? The National Enquirer that you get all this shit out of? I want to know. Inquiring minds need to know. I think I'm on too long. I'm going to go in a minute. Baby, exactly. There's guys here that I would keep, but I wouldn't bring in free agents at high cost for that. But it's okay. I think Renault likes to. I think Renault works for the National Enquirer or the Star. So I think he does, and he just likes to throw out that kind of sensational stuff because he does a lot, and it's fun to argue. But I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Anybody here that Carey Price is forcing Matthew Darsh to trade him? Trade him where? To Tampa? Anyway, I said that already. Okay, so listen, before this gets any more crazy, I'm going to take off. I'll be back in just under 15 minutes for the game. So that's at 4 o'clock. Hopefully you guys will come back. I know it's a weekday. 30 people here. I'm really surprised. Please give a thumbs up on your way out. And I'll see you in less than 15 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. Stay safe till I'm back. And peace out. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.